And you're a very, very good morning, and an early one at that. And welcome to Statewide Racing Review. Well, yesterday it was Derby Day at Elwick, so let's get straight into the replays. The first race was the Tas TV 3 and 4-year-old maiden, and the equal favourites, both at 5 to 2, were Fire Dancer and Initial Interest. Homeward bound now. They've got the best part of about 400 metres left to go, and Pajax has darted to the lead. Pajax the leader in second placing, although he's getting off the fence as they work for home. Pajax on the outside from Fire Dancer. Then came Montmorency running on. Pajax is going all over the place. Montmorency's coming home hard, and Fire Dancer the rail. Montmorency in the centre is getting to this leader. Pajax on the outside and flying through. Initial Interest for nowhere, but it's Montmorency in front. Montmorency wins. Montmorency's won from Initial Interest. Good ride there by Beverly Buckingham on Montmorency, starting at 8 to 1 to win the first race from Initial Interest, second at 5 to 2, an equal favourite, and Pajax back third at 5 to 1. To race number 2, and the favourite here, Silver Thika, starting at 9 to 4. Behind those horses is LA Style, then came Audacious Miss. Dad's Baby is in that pack too. As they run down now, they've got about 600 metres left to go. Falcon Heights is saying to work its way through the field and improve, and they'll be followed then by further astern. Miss Dello dropping out of it, so's Royal Tesso, and the others are a fair way back. They're homeward bound now, and Swank Katie on the outside. It's Swank Katie getting to Silver Thika. They're having a great battle. Silver Thika on the inside. Nambia's running on from nowhere, but on the outside going to the lead at Swank Katie with about 50 or 60 metres to go, and Swank Katie's got it won. Namby's running on. The others are coming home well, but Swank Katie is too good. Whipped out by Rosalind last, goes home to win it well. The girls win the first two races at Elwick. Yes, 2 out of 2 for the girl jockeys. Swank Katie and Rosalind last, too good at 5 to 1. Silver Thika battled on for second at 9 to 4, and Namby usually shows speed but had to come from the rear this time and battled for third at 6 to 1. To race 3, and the favourite here, Ty Ace at even money. On the outside, Ty Ace. Flashing Girl is starting to flash around the outside as they go to the 200 metre mark, but the leader is Lloyd's Freedom. He's booted about 2 lengths in front to Flashing Girl down the outside, and they'll be followed by Bickley Swanee running on, but I'd say Lloyd's Freedom's got it won. Flashing Girl is trying down the outside, and Bickley Swanee is starting to flash down the outside, but Lloyd's Freedom has got it shot to bits. Lloyd's Freedom too good, second Bickley Swanee, Flashing Girl third. Lloyd's Freedom another winner at 3 to 1, Bickley Swanee second at 8 to 1, and Flashing Girl battled on fairly for third, starting at 5 to 1. To race 4, the Westpac Handicap, and the popular elect was Dazinia at 3s. Leader's got them off the bit though, and Triple Lee still last of all, but it's Apollo Blend the Pilot as they race down to the 400 metre mark, about 2 or 3 lengths clear of Running Moonshine getting up to second. Elba Rumour's coming home like a train around the outside. He's shooting up into second. Country and Western and Private Way are running on. At the 200 metre mark, it's Apollo Blend the leader. Dazinia's getting up on the inside, pulling to the outside, Running Moonshine. It's over on the inside. Dazinia getting up to tackle the leader, Apollo Blend. Dazinia's going home a little bit the better. Dazinia on the inside, Alert Baroness and Triple Lee from the rear, but Dazinia's spurted away to win it well. Second's very, very tight. It might be Triple Lee on the outside. That was the good one in the race, Triple Lee, who came from nowhere but take nothing away from the winner, Dazinia, at 3s. Triple Lee, a very good run, second at 12 to 1, and Alert Baroness back third at 7 to 2. The feature race, the first leg of the TAB Daily Double, the TVT Derby, and the favourite at 4 to 5 was Royal Work. Back to the rear of the field. They've got about 400 metres left to go now. The leader is Royal Work, but the banner's coming quickly now on the outside with a great run. Then came Work Order and Anorex from the tail of the field at the 200 metre mark. It's the band getting to Royal Work. The band and Royal Work, they're fighting it out for Work Order, running on hard down the outside. Royal Work don't get in, and then came Track Cutter. The band getting to Royal Work, but Royal Work's big heart's pulling out plenty. Royal Work on the inside in front of Royal Work will win the Derby. Royal Work's won. Royal Work's won. A very, very courageous effort by Royal Work to stave off the ban, and he was just too classy and too good for them over the concluding stages. The ban second, a great effort, and Work Order back third at 10 to 1. Now to race 6 on the program, the Shipwright Arms Handicap, Redscope the favourite at even money. Panzer Walk was shoved out into no man's land as this one Ventures Moon is pulling clear. Then came Redscope, followed by the bit back over on the inside. Top is held together. Ventures Moon is drawing level and going home the better on the outside, and starting to come from nowhere as Barralong with a rattling run. Barralong is starting to fly down the outside. Ventures Moon being rounded up by Barralong. Barralong's grabbed the lead. Ventures Moon checked near the line, and Barralong's beaten Ventures. Burralong going home the better on the outside at 7-1, interfered with Ventures Moon near the line. That horse's jockey fired in a protest, but it was subsequently dismissed. Now to race 7, the other highlight race, the Elwick Stakes, the favourite Whiskey Moon at 5-4.
Back up a little bit as they come down the side, 600 metres to go, and it's still Old Acquaintance, the leader, about 2 or 3 lengths in front and travelling well. So's Whiskey Moon second, then Prince Relay coming around the outside, Lordship running on. Lloyd's race right to the outside and dropped the baton, starting to come home like a train, dropped the baton. He's the one at the 200 metre mark. It's Old Acquaintance still the leader from Whiskey Moon, then Prince Relay, and have a look at drop the baton, starting to cut them down the outside. Old Acquaintance has been gobbled up by Whiskey Moon, and drop the baton's going to beat a ball. Drop the baton's charge to the lead. Here's a Hobart Cup form. Drop the baton, it's going to blitz them. Drop the baton, a great cup trial, is going to win by 3 lengths to Prince Relay.
Hard held by Beverly Buckingham, dropped the baton, a very, very impressive Hobart Cup trial. Dropped the baton at 8, Prince Relay at 14-1 and Stratos Star at 7-2. Now to the last, the Davies Handicap and Sherlam River, the popular pick, at 7-4.
Around the outside now is Top Racket, it's coming home well. Then came a Dacian followed by High Tax, and pulling out and running on now is Sherlam River. They're tightly packed as they're homeward bound now. Inside the 300 metre mark, and Lily Monda's getting to Itchy Fingers, but Itchy Fingers still going all right in the lead. Now McShane goes to the whip. It's pulled about a neck in front, but drawing level and grabbing it now, Lily Monda. It's Lily Monda on the outside and Itchy Fingers. The others are trying hard, but Lily Monda exerting its classes, drawn to the lead. They're coming home down the outside, Sherlam River, but Lily Monda whipped out to the line, wins the last from Sherlam River. Third placing goes...
Lilymon, too good for them, starting at 8-1. Sherlam River second at 7-4 and Top Bracket third at 14-1. The daily double at Elwick yesterday, 6 Royal Work and 2 Drop the Baton, an excellent dividend of $15.75. We'll take this break and return with more shortly in Statewide Racing Review. Flemington, the first event of the program, was the Corrigan Hurdle Race. Here's the accurate one, Bill Collins.
In Caribou King and well out of it, Rudor in the straight with 2 to jump, and Castroman the leader, but our Demas pulled out by Londrigan now, goes up to it quickly, coming to the second last and took the lead. Our Demas in front at the second last, and he's over at about a half to Castroman, a length Misty Leap, 6 lengths Super Journey and Ivan's Pride, but our Demas full of running, going for the hat trick as he comes to the last, draws to it a length in front. Jumped at a length in front of Castroman, Misty Leap, slipped behind, the others aren't in it, headed by Bye Bye Diamond, but our Demas struggling in front a little now, about a neck in front of Castroman. He's riding hard, our Demas in front, and he's going to complete the hat trick over the jumps, our Demas. A long neck to Castroman, Misty Leap.
Yes, our Demas too good for Castroman. A fighting run by Castroman. The winner starting at 6-1, 8-1 second, and Misty Leap back third at 7-2. Race 2 on the program, the Talendert Quality Handicap. The popular pick here was Impozet.
Now, Impozet, however, is battling on strongly, and it's going to win. It's a neck in front. Will it last? Musical Sculptor lunging, it'll get it. Musical Sculptor's knocked off the odds on it.
Yes, it 4's on, the favourite going down. Musical Sculptor too good at 4-1, Impozet second at 1-4, and Pugnose third at 50-1. Now to the feature race in the program at Flemington, the Chester Manifold Stakes.
2 lengths away in last position. Heading towards the 1,000, and Todd Wilkes bowling along, a length Disco Gambler. Then about a length and a half to Affinity, followed by Mr. Ironclad 3 deep in the small field, Shanu the centre, and 2 lengths to Beechcraft, last about 5 off the lead. Heading to the 800, Todd Wilkes 3 parts Disco Gambler, then a length Mr. Ironclad wide, moving towards the leaders, a length Affinity, Shanu, and Beechcraft's going to give even the old stayers a start round the home turn. 600 out, and the leader Todd Wilkes 3 parts Disco Gambler from Mr. Ironclad wide Affinity, then Shanu, and now Million easing to the outside on Beechcraft, about 4 off the lead. Entering the straight, less than 500 to go, Todd Wilkes a half Disco Gambler, Mr. Ironclad the outside, and now he's letting go on Beechcraft. Disco Gambler got to Todd Wilkes on the outside, Mr. Ironclad, and Beechcraft called on now, and it's almost a line of 4 with 300 to go. Disco Gambler, Todd Wilkes, Beechcraft, he's had to go for the whip. Mr. Ironclad put its head in front. Beechcraft might get him. Todd Wilkes battling back. Beechcraft put his nose in front, 50 to go, and Beechcraft's going to get there. Scores by a neck to Mr. Ironclad. Ahead away.
Good to see a good horse back in form. Beechcraft taking out the Chester Manifold Stakes at 1-2 from Mr. Ironclad second at 8, and a very courageous performance by Todd Wilkes third at 9-2. Now race 4 on the program, the Victoria 150th Anniversary Handicap. Again, Bill Collins.
Then came Understand, a length and a half Sleepy Jim. Clips has gone back along the fence, and 2 to Chalfonte last, but only 7 lengths off the lead. Coming to the 800-metre mark, Sovereign City a length to Temple Man, who eases off the fence now, pushes Secret Diamond 3 deep. Reject a length away on the rails, and then Myron Choice and Understand. And a couple of lengths further back, Sleepy Jim. Lake Clips has done nothing and is dropping back towards the rear with Chalfonte ease to the outside. They're well packed on the turn, 600 out. Temple Man races up the Sovereign City. The boy has a look around, sees Reject pulled out 3 deep to come out after them as they straighten. Temple Man swept to the lead. Reject went up alongside it shortly after. They've raced 3 lengths in front of Myron Choice, coming out with Chalfonte with a strong run. Reject got the better of Temple Man with 2:50 to go. 2 lengths to Chalfonte out after it from Myron Choice. But Reject in front. He's hanging on to a length and a half lead. Chalfonte the only danger. And Reject struggling on it. Might be his day today. In fact, it is. Reject holding Chalfonte comfortably with 100 to go. And Reject goes down to win by 2.5 lengths to Chalfonte. Myron Choice third. Fourth.
Never really in doubt over the concluding 200 metres. Reject at 6 to 1, scoring from Chalfonte at 5 to 2 and favourite, and a good run by Myron Choice to finish up in third, placing at 9 to 2. Now race 5, the first leg of the TAB Daily Double.
Going very fast. Bullion Broker began well, and Conrad Hilton just behind it, and Cardinal's Fury's back towards the rear of the field with Devil Dodger. Manarek in front as they head towards the 800-metre mark, a length and a half to Ima Hayes, followed then by Split the Booty. Monolith on the outside, fourth from Parade of Stars, and there followed then by Conrad Hilton. Romantic Red on the rails, and then came Bullion Broker. Dazzling Dukes dropped well out of it. Cardinal's Fury a long way back, and Devil Dodger last. Manarek under a hold at the 500, a length in front of Monolith hanging. Split the Booty, hard ridden next from Ima Hayes, and then Romantic Red. Conrad Hilton's travelling all right, and out wider now Bullion Broker. He's about to let it go. Manarek in front, Conrad Hilton out after it now, and Bullion Broker at the 300. He's got Desperate on Manarek. Conrad Hilton starting to pick him up under the whip with Bullion Broker and Cardinal's Fury. Conrad Hilton got to the front from Manarek. Cardinal's Fury might beat the lot of them. He's coming home hard. Conrad Hilton tackled by Cardinal's Fury, and Cardinal's Fury got up the win at a neck to Conrad Hilton. Dazzling Duke.
Very, very impressive win there by Cardinal's Fury. First up from a spell, scoring at 12 to 1. Conrad Hilton second at 12 to 1, and Dazzling Duke back third at 10 to 1. Another disappointing favourite was Jackson Square in race 6, again Bill Collins.
Away all right and going very fast. Desolante's trying to head them all off. Blazing Effigy dropping in behind it. Desolante has cleared the field. Led 3 lengths at the 800, as a matter of fact, from Red Champ and Silver Sandal. Then Burning Red, Blazing Effigy the outside. Jackson Square being niggled at from Chanticleer, and then Magic Arch. Down the outside is Chic Prince, followed by O'Cool. Further back with Red Manakiri. Mighty Dom back near the rear with Gordon Kingdom. At the 500, Desolante about 3 lengths in front of Jackson Square, Blazing Effigy and Burning Red, Silver Sandal. Chick Prince starting to run on fairly, but they'll have to move to catch this leader. Chanticleer looking for a way through. 300 out, and Desolante still about 4 lengths in front. I don't think they're going to get it. In second place, Jackson Square under the whip. Desolante easily holding at bay from Blazing Effigy, then Chanticleer and Chick Prince. And Desolante's going to give bookies a big result in the Mollison quality. Desolante wins by 3 lengths Jackson Square. Chanticleer third. And
well, how about that? Desolante scoring at 40 to 1. A rank outsider getting up to win the Mollison quality. Jackson Square second. He's looking for a lot longer now, the favourite at 9 to 4. Now to race 7, the second leg of the TAB Daily Double, the Met Handicap, again Bill Collins.
Sapphire Lad on the inside of them, and Vera's Boy Mistral Flyer. Then Royal Rondo around them from Paname, about 6. Princeton on its outside, and Imperito on the outside of them. John Astor well back towards the rear, but sneaking up on the fence at this stage. It was followed then by Kayaroo Kid. Great reception back towards the tail. And last of all is Crinoline Lad. As they came down past the 1,000, Shobra Lad about 3 parts Sapphire Lad over on the inside of it from Royal Rondo. 2 to Vera's Boy in the box seat. They were followed a length and a half Mistral Flyer from Paname and Princeton right off the track. John Astor held up for a run. Then Kayaroo Kid at the head of the others. Great receptions being niggled at back towards the rear. And in front of it is Imperito. On the corner, straightening up now. And the leader, Shobra Lad, tackling at Sapphire Lad, the inside, Royal Rondo, the outer. Here's Paname, pull 4 deep, quickly going up to the leaders from Mistral Flyer. Now John Astor out wide with 300 to go, and Paname went up to tackle Sapphire Lad and Shobra Lad. John Astor's under the whip behind them, and then Princeton with 200 to go. Paname under the whip, and Sapphire Lad are battling it out. Nothing between them. Paname going a little bit the better. Vera's Boy's getting through on the fence. Paname ducked in. He had to stop riding it. Vera's Boy and Sapphire Lad. They hit it, nothing in it, nearly a dead heat. Vera's Boy and
Yes, it was very, very tight, but Vera's Boy just got there on the line by a nose to Sapphire Lad. And the favourite Paname, very, very ordinary again, throwing the race away in the straight with Green Racing. Now to race 8 on the program, the Met Travel Club Handicap. Again, the accurate one, Bill Collins.
One of the first out with Estuary and Polar Cruise. Call Me Judy going round the outside of them towards the lead. And when they settle down, La Panclestede back along the inside as Violet Girl goes right around them to head them all off. Centaurea is last, settling down with Violet Girl about 3 lengths to Call Me Judy. A length Polar Cruise on the inside of Gypsy Chris and then Feng Wong. They're followed by Classified Lady on the outside of the next bunch of horses. La Panclestede getting back on the rails. Heavenly Rise and Estuary just behind it from Coloured Sands. They were followed by Joanella, Jungle Walker, and Centaurea is last with 900 to go. Violet Girl led by 2.5 lengths, Call Me Judy. Feng Wong sneaking up in the centre and then out 3 deep, Gypsy Kiss. 2 to Polar Cruise going pretty well. Then Classified Lady, La Panclestede, the rails from Estuary. Heavenly Rise easing off the fence. Centaurea moving up 4 deep towards the rear. And then Jungle Walker, Joe and Ellen and Coloured Sands last. Swinging for home now, and the leader, Violet Girl, 2 lengths to Feng Wong. Call Me Judy is third, then Polar Cruise called on. Centaurea putting in its run round the outside. Then La Panclestede at the 400. Violet Girl led, 2 lengths to Feng Wong under the whip. Call Me Judy and Centaurea are running up to second and third now, and they're followed by Heavenly Rise. Violet Girl in front, Centaurea and Call Me Judy trying to get to it. It's Violet Girl in front, Centaurea hanging badly, is almost on terms. It's got it now. Centaurea takes the lead near the line from Violet Girl and Call Me Judy. It's Centaurea just in front. Weekens on the line. Call Me Judy gets there and it's nearly a dead heat.
Call Me Judy in the last stride, getting through to score narrowly from Centaurea second and Violet Girl back in third, placing Estuary a nice run to finish fourth. The daily double at Flemington yesterday, 3 Cardinals Fury and 7 Vera's Boy, a dividend of $44.35, and the Flemington Quadrella, 1 reject, 3 Cardinals Fury, 6 Desolante and 7 Vera's Boy, a nice dividend of $14,445.30. We'll take this break and return shortly again with more in Statewide Racing Review.
Soundy's sensational summer sale for incredible fashion buys. Dresses, pants, tops, $9. Leisurewear and sportscraft dresses, $29. Gallivant and Kenwool, $39. Jackets, also $39. Superb leather handbags, all 25% off. During Soundy's great sale in the Liverpool Street store.
Harness racing yesterday was at Elphin. Our first race for replay is event number 1. Here's Peter Gilligan.
800 metres to go as they get the bell now. Still the leader was Mayax, about a half length in advance of Madam Bay, who's done it hard. Nicorado is third, well placed. Sorel Hanover fourth on the outside. Next then came down on the inside. Trio's Diamond, followed further back by third last in the race, Laurie Neptune from William James. Tricky Spirit is still racing greenly at the tail of the field. They head down the back stretch the last time. 600 metres to go and it's Mayax under a tight hold. A half length Madam Bay having another crack at him in third place. Sorel Hanover's had a lovely run. Next on the inside, Nicorado needing a run. Laurie Neptune hooked to the outside 3 deep, but switching the tail, and they're being followed then by William James as they pack right up, and further back Trio's Diamond, Tricky Spirit last. Onto the home turn, 350 to go, and Webberley has a peep over the shoulder on Mayax. He's safely holding Madam Bay in third place. Sorel Hanover inclined to race a little greenly. Nicorado can't get a run from behind them. William James the centre, and Laurie Neptune is 4 deep at the top of the straight, though Mayax still held nicely together. Nicorado can't get a crack at him. Madam Bay under the whip. Sorel Hanover finishing pretty well now, but Mayax, he's gone for it now. Sorel Hanover flashing home, but Mayax is going to be too good, and Mayax won it by 2 lengths. Sorel Hanover third on the inside. Nicorado ahead away fourth, Madam Bay, then William James followed by...
And Mayax, the 5-4 favourite, scoring in race 1. Sorel Hanover second, Nicorado third. Race 2 was the Globe Derby Stakes first heat, favourite Napoleon Stone.
The last time, 700 metres to travel. Napoleon Stone is still doing it well under a tight hold. 3 parts of a length or a half length to the good of Tory Motors, done it hard. First Consul travelling well, but in a zip fastener pocket with on its outside Countess Corelda. Next is Easy Glenwood, who's got nowhere to go from Boomeruma. Mystery Prince under the whip. Viking Neptune is last. Down the back stretch the last time, 500 to go. And still the leader was Napoleon Stone. On the outside, Tory Motors had a hard run. First Consul travelling well, but can't get out. Countess Corelda's got him by nailed up, and they're followed by He's a Glenwood. Viking Neptune has hooked about 4 and 5 wide from Mystery Prince under the bat. Boomerang has dropped out to last, but Napoleon Stone is going well as they come to the 200-metre mark. From on the outside, Tory Moat, who's flat as a strap. First Constable is about to get clear from Viking Neptune very deep, but in the stretch, Napoleon Stone is nicely clear. He gives her a cut with the persuader, and she's got it all parcelled up. Viking Neptune, a big run. He'll get up and run second, but Napoleon Stone wins it well by 3.5 lengths. Viking Neptune's got second. Third on the inside, Tory Moat.
And Napoleon Stone, very smart, 3's on favourite and scored as it liked. The beginners was race 3.
Got a few of these off the bit. He's taken a bit of sprint out of some of them. September Boys well back with Snow Ash and Carashais at the tail of the field. They head to the back of the course towards the 600. Harmony Joker by 3 parts of a length, but Hampden Park refuses to give in second place. They've kicked away then Gregvale Minbar's run to third. Over on the inside, I'm a Glenwood, a beaten horse. They've outbeaten the others. They're a mile back as Mac Power. Hampden Park, the strong horse, though, has hit the front. He's got Harmony Joker beaten. In third place then, struggling on is Gregvale Minbar. They're followed by Mac Power coming home pretty well. Snow Ash raising another effort. Hampden Park by 3 parts of a length, though. He's clear now. Harmony Joker's beaten. In third place then, Gregvale Minbar running on fairly. Snow Ash could even run into a place, but Hampden Park has got the chocolates at the top of the straight for Tasmania. It's Bill Dornoff on Hampden Park, and he's doing it well in the run home. Snow Ash is flying down the outside, might even get second, but Hampden Park gets the money, getting very near the line. Hampden Park by 3/4 of a length. Harmony Joker came again to get second. Third, Snow Ash. Fourth in it, Gregvale Minbar.
And Hampden Park making it 3 favourites from as many races, scoring 10 to 9 against. The advanced was race 4.
They hit the bell now. 800 metres left to go. It's Diamond Man with Mark Stanley, the other Tasmanian driver in front. 3/4 of a length here to over Torres, has done it hard. King Adashai is third, followed by Patricia Ray. Little change in the order. Paratalas is next over on the inside from Nice Time and Scrap Steel. Then Sir Twinkie. He'll have to ease out on the Magical Moment to last to get a crack at them. They make their way to the back for the last time, about 600 to go. It's Diamond Man held together by Stanley by a clear length. In second place, over Torres is very flat. In third place, King Adashai, and they're followed by Sir Twinkie and Nice Time around the outside from Patricia Raid, Paratalas, Scrap Steel, and he's got lost on Magical Moment. 400 to go as they climb the hill the last time, and Diamond Man. Stanley has a peek over the shoulder. He's got over Tyros beaten. In third place, Patricia Raid pulled to the outside. King Adashai is being locked away on the paint. Magical Moment is about 5 and 6 wide from Nice Time, Scrap Steel at the top of the straight, and Diamond Man coming back, about to be grabbed by Patricia Raid. Nice Time finishing well. Magical Moment and King Adashai getting a split. The leader, Diamond Man, is falling in a heap. King Adashai's got it beaten. Flashing down the outside, Patricia Raid and Scrap Steel, but King Adashai in front near the line. He won. King Adashai by a length. Couldn't pick second and third between Patricia Raid and Scrap Steel. Diamond Man weak and badly to be fourth.
Racing in top form at the moment, King Atashi starting 9 to 2, Scrap Steel 14s, and Patricia Ray 12 to 1, Diamond Man the unplaced favourite. Race 5, the free-for-all.
Speedy Alley third, trying to drop the bit again, followed by Noble's Advice on the paint. He's still unscrubbing him along. He's followed after a length and a half then by Kempton Lad. Further back, Arc Raider will have to get off the fence. Omis has got him boxed in. Then James Maru, Abaddon Girl. Earl Danbury is last. 600 to go, and 76 is still carting them along by 3 parts of a length here. 2 on the outside. Spanish Duke is starting to feel the strain. In third place, Speedy Alley, a beaten horse. Kempton Lad around the outside. Noble's Advice has had enough. Arc Raider, Welsh trying to get out. He's have to shove one of them out of the ray. As around the outside there was Abaddon Girl. James Maru was next onto the home turn, and 76. He's taken some sprint out of them. He's got Spanish Duke beaten. In third place then, Arc Raider now getting clear with Hermes when it's all over. 76 is coming back. He's throwing everything at it from Spanish Duke, Hermes, and now the danger. Arc Raider finishing like a shot out of a gun. 76 the leader, but Arc Raider mowing him down. Arc Raider's taken the lead and he's got a one. Arc Raider too good in the run home. Finds a 5th leg when he comes to Elvin. Arc Raider bolts in. Second would be Spanish Duke. Third, 76. Hermes was fourth.
And a very easy win there to Arc Raider, starting 9 to 4 in favourite. The Globe Derby Stakes second heat was race 6.
By Bosun Neptune after another 3 lengths from Corelda Khan. Dixon Neptune is well back now with Shy Tracy Hellamack. Timely Gale is last to the back they go. Energize has been working for the last lap. He's still about a head in front of Lord Albatross, booting up again. In third place after 2 lengths. Play Later travelling well. 2.5 to Bosun Neptune. Corelda Khan is gone. Here's Dixon Neptune making his run as they go down the back. Energizer the first beaten. Lord Albatross grabbed by Dixon Neptune, who went straight to the front, and he looks home to me at the 400. Dixon Neptune burst away. He's a brilliant horse on his day, and he's got it all parcelled up. He's dashed for away from Lord Albatross. Play Later running into second place. They were followed by Corelda Khan, Bosun Neptune, Energizer a run last. But this is home for all money, Dixon Neptune on the corner with 250 metres to go, and he's going like a good horse. Angus has done a great job with his animal, and in the stretch, it's all Dixon Neptune, and he's toying with the opposition in the run home. He makes them look very, very ordinary. Play Later's running to second, then Lord Albatross, but Dixon Neptune bolts in. He's won it by from here to the chow joint at Kings Meadow.
And 40 metres was the official margin, a very easy win to Dixon Neptune, who started at 7-2. I doubt if we'll see those odds again.
Very, very impressive win there by Dixon Neptune at Elphin yesterday. Unfortunately, we can't bring you a replay of race number 7 due to technical difficulties. We'll take this break and return with more shortly again in Statewide Racing Review.
A Rutherglen Village holiday gives you country-style accommodation with your own barbecue, well-designed kitchen, bathroom with washing facilities and room to move. There's entertainment for you and the children inside and out, plus enjoyable trips around this historic area. Restaurants are available if Mum wants a complete break. Otherwise, everything except your food is provided at Rutherglen Holiday Village, part of the Four Seasons Group at Hadspen, 13 kilometres from Launceston.
Harness racing on Friday night was at the Royal Showgrounds, and the feature race in the program was the TVT6 4-year-old championship. Here now are the concluding stages.
Now at the 250 metre mark, and the leader on the inside is starting to struggle. Lucky Adashai. Vicar Neptune's about to draw level as they straighten up. Lucky Adashai and Vicar Neptune, they're going stride for stride. Vicar Neptune's going home the better, and Adaman is flying down the outside. Adaman will beat them all. Adaman's got up the win on the line. Adaman's won. Adaman on the outside's beaten Lucky Adashai. Vicar Neptune third. Then Harmony Lindy coming all over him. The straight followed by Shady Fella.
After Adaman's courageous win in the race, TVT6 General Manager Mr Paul Hogan presented the connections with a cheque for first placing and also trophies. TVT have now sponsored the 4-year-old championship since 1979 when Family Spring was successful. Adaman is raced by the Tasmanian Mail in a syndicate of 100 owners headed by Jan Haswell. Adaman was sashed by Miss Australia Maria Ridley. Well, the field for the Hobart Cup was finalised and the barrier draw was made at the Hobart Cup Ball last night at Hadley's Hotel. Let's have a look at the barrier draw now in order. From the inside, we see in stall number 1, Bacchanali Begun, who will possibly be ridden by the evergreen galloping grandfather, the veteran from Western Australia, Johnny Miller. So what a great advantage that would be for him. In barrier number 2, we see Todd in the Park. In barrier 3, Ensign Piper. In 5, we have Kingborough, drawn barrier number 5. In 6, Lordship, the top weight for the Benson and Hedges Hobart Cup, to be run over 2,380 metres with 54.5 kilos. In barrier number 7, we see Drop the Baton. Now, Drop the Baton, who won very impressively yesterday, will be ridden by the Queensland jockey Neil Williams. Of course, Beverly Buckingham rode the horse yesterday, but she's tied to her father's horse, Ex-Directory, who, as you can see, is drawn out in barrier number 10. Now, Danny Burke's Little Champion Scruples is drawn in barrier number 8, and what a great show he must be. He'll probably drop back and be about centre field, and he could come with that withering run. Macburn, who won so well the other day, has drawn barrier 9, repeating Ex-Directory in 10. In barrier number 12, we have Royal Teen. Then in barrier 14, Aussie Zing, who won the sprint race the other week at Elwick. The Jeff Murphy trained Victorian Kinzan has drawn barrier number 15. In 16, we have Flame and Katie. In barrier number 17, we have the Melbourne mare Maintenon, and her chances are made very, very difficult now. The big thing, though, in her favour, the big plus, is that she'll have Bob Skelton aboard. In 18, we have the Incisior. Then, in barrier 19, Lloyd's Race. And Mendira Etoile to be ridden by Pat Allen, drawn barrier 20, with the 3 emergencies for the Hobart Cup. Harvest Tom in 4, Tap the Barrel in 11 and No Play drawn in barrier number 13. Well, for now, that's just about all in Statewide Racing Review. Very shortly, we're taking you to Melbourne and the Australia Games.
This program is brought to you by the ANZ Bank.